Well, today's been an absolutely gorgeous day. As you can see, skies are clear, the sun is out, it's warm. Look at this ornamental plum over here, full bloom. It's exploding. And my rosemary, even though it's had snow and ice damage, it is still pumping out the blossoms. So, yesterday, I took that beehive out of my bedroom and put it out in the garden. I'll show you guys that later because the fruit trees are starting to pop. And so that means I have got to get this pruning done. And you can see I've got 2 apricot trees here. Had them for, I don't know, I planted these like 12 years ago. But they're pretty dense right now, and I've got to just size them down. I've decided that I don't want trees excessively tall, and so earlier today I came here and trimmed this one a bit, and I know it looks kind of thin, but it's actually likely to produce fruit now. And sadly, this entire arm right here is rotten on the back. And so I cut a lot off of that bit so that this bit could start to fill in so that next year I chop off the rest of this. But for now, I can take advantage of that gap. So that bit up there will produce some fruit this season. And it'll fill in nicely. I have noticed that some of my flowers down here last year didn't bloom as much. And I think it's because it was so dense up here. So took some out. All my beautiful little tulips here coming in. They're gonna look great, which is also why I have to start getting these guys under control right now. And yeah, there are blooms everywhere, but I chopped the crop out of this old girl today. Let me show you my pile. That's one of my 5 trees to prune. Here's that great big maple log yet to do, but I've been shoving the smaller bits here because what I'll do is as I throw that on the truck, I like to keep things big, like where I can handle it, like this, because I only have to handle that like once and I'm done. What I'll do is when I get the shell off the truck, then I'll take that stuff, I'll put it in the bed, and I'll come along with my saw and I'll cut these off and keep this other wood for the barbecue. But right now, this is what I cut out earlier. And you can see the bees are in here working it. There's a girl right there. See her? She's looking at these blossoms. There's several of them. And they're probably from my hive. And I like to leave these branches laying around because they'll continue to bloom for the next 2 to 3 weeks. These will continue to bloom. They're great. You can bring inside and put them in a vase. Of course, what I want are these bigger sections and some of this big chunkier stuff that's in here. And I'm gonna come in here next with my saw and cut out these sections. You can hear me going through the brush. But there's a nice bit of wood here. See, like, that's a nice big, that's a 6-foot chunk there. That's really nice. I could make something out of that. And there's some pretty good sized bits of wood. So I have them in the driveway because I'm going to denude them of the heavy wood, and I'll slide all that over in the pile until I get the truck cleared. And then, of course, I have to tackle the plum tree. She's a big girl. She's been creeping towards the house this way, and I've got to take some of that back. Yeah, she's going to give up a lot of wood this season because I just don't want that big a tall tree. And keep her healthy. So yeah, I'm going to take quite a bit out of this season, and of course all this lovely wood will end up in the boat, very likely. So, but today I got this kid trimmed up pretty nicely. I might have a chance to get some apricots off of this tree this year. I know I did cut her back hard, but she's gonna put all her energy in those last few blossoms and just blow up. And my tulips are gonna look great. Look at that chicken pasture getting thick for the girls, oats, and all kinds of other good grasses. So I gotta start on this kid, get it thinned out. I trim them really pretty harsh about every couple 3 years, so this is that year. I'm just gonna like knock them down. But yeah, the bees are out working them. So it's good. Yeah, I'm sore. I can feel it, but this is the necessary evil to having a nice, bright, sunshiny day in the Northwest, is that I come out here and cut a bunch of crap up, even though I don't have anywhere for it to go yet. But look at this beautiful old maple tree. If anybody wants to buy this gorgeous Japanese maple tree, let me know. I think it's worth about $1,500 because it's beautiful. Anyway, I digress. I could not get the truck out of the drive right now if I wanted to, because I've got a wall here. But I will get it cleaned up and have some nice bits to put in the boat or use for projects and stuff. The rest will get piled up and go over to Lane Forest Products. They are a local company that recycles all of your yard debris, and they grind it up and they turn it into, well, basically stuff that looks like this, which is a really nice mulch product and helps keep the weeds down. It's natural, it feeds the garden. It's reusing it, but I try to do a lot of it on the property before it leaves here. But when I get this big amount like this, I just take it over to them, and they're so close. I mean, they're literally a stone's throw away, so it's really easy for me. My house is very well located for this kind of stuff. But anyway, I'm kind of excited to get this tree trimmed up pretty well. I took a lot out of it. I really did. But now it looks shorter. You can imagine it was a good almost 20 feet taller this morning. Yeah, but now my croquis are coming up. And if you guys like saffron, that little bit of pollen in the middle, this right here, that's what makes saffron. Yummy. So yeah, this is gonna look nice. It'll get bigger and taller now because it's had more sunlight. And then out here, I've got some purple asters, and these didn't do so good last year because they were too shaded. So now we're gonna get them more sunshine. So there we are, talking about the trimming of the garden that's going on, and these trees just really kicked my ass today, but I got a lot done. I'm going to get both of these done before I go to bed tonight. Because I have the smaller one to do yet. I can do it. I just got my saw batteries charged up, and yeah, so go through some of this. Tree's a little bit smaller because I downsized it years ago, so it'll be a little easier. And then I'll get on this plum because she's got to get smaller. Not quite sure what I'm going to do yet, but she's got to get smaller.